Thank you guys all for being here today. It's gonna be the solo class. These are kind of they're a good workout, to say the least. So I really appreciate you guys being here. You're gonna get much better at jiu-jitsu from doing this stuff. It's no excuses, and when we come back from all this, we're gonna be the ones that are better for doing this stuff. And so you guys are awesome. Just remember that, like, being here, it's awesome. And so you guys are great. Positive thing. You're not just sitting around, feeling sorry for yourself because you can't do anything. You guys are being proactive and getting out here. I really appreciate it. So yeah, we're just gonna start up with let's do some warm-ups. Regular. I'm not gonna do our regular warm-up. We're just gonna do my regular warm-up, which would be gymnastica, followed by some line drill stuff, and then we're gonna work on solo drills without a partner. I got 4. Then we're gonna try to do them a little bit harder, a little bit faster for 30 seconds, and then we'll work on some dummy drills. And if you guys have any questions, maybe I can explain it with a partner and then show it on the dummy. And so you guys get to see a real person showing on, and then we'll do our drills on the dummy and then kind of go from there. And then at 6:15, I'm going to show an actual regular old class where we'll show you guys some moves. We'll go about it. Give you guys some time to drill in between if you have a partner. And so just moving on, let's get started. So we'll start just by sitting. We'll get a stretch in a minute. Let's get warmed up and then we'll stretch a little bit. Great. And so starting in our S position. You see me all okay there? Great. Starting in our S. Okay. We're gonna start by kicking the door. Okay, we're just gonna kick the door for a while. Starting to get our bodies used to this. Getting it, all the sitting we done today, working all of our leg muscles out. We're just kicking the door. What? Oh yeah. Yeah. Should be ready to go. It's not. Oh, just search for it. In the Bluetooth, it'll hook up right to it. Just keep it up here. Gymnastica guys, you're doing good. I'm gonna get some music playing. Just back and forth. Working on our gymnastica. Kicking the door still, guys. Keeping it the same. Push parrying for 3 seconds. Okay. Oh, and then I turned on all the sounds. Okay, now let's smooth it up. Smooth it out to the whip. So your back leg's just gonna go all the way through. Okay, guys, all the way through. Just whipping. I really like to use my hands with my legs, brushing my hands all the way through. And you notice I'm not rocking from side to side. Right? I'm leaning backwards and forwards. Leaning back to whip my feet out of the way, and then forwards to finish the movement. Right? I lean back to make my legs light, and then back forward. Getting warmed up, guys. Okay, now we're going into our around the world. Okay, one of my favorite movements. Really helps open my hips, stretch my legs out, get my body moving. So it's kind of fun to do too. Kick my leg, open my hips, and switch to the other side. I like to kick my leg as flat, almost dragging it along the mat, and then opening my hips all the way, bringing both of my legs close and flat to the mat as I kick back into S position. So I kick forward right above the mat, open my hips and switch to the other side S. I use my hands a lot for this, guys. Like, you don't have to, but I do, okay? So, just a few moments of this, guys. What's going on?
It says it's weird, but when I play it plays on yours. It's weird. No.
All right, guys, let's move on. Okay, let's go into our gecko. Okay, so down, hands behind your back, flatten out, rock to the other side, bring your knee up. Proud of you guys being motivated, being here. Awesome people doing this. Right, you have a choice. You have to be at home. You could either, do nothing or do something. You guys are here getting better at this stuff. That means a lot to me. You guys are awesome. So keep it up. Right? We have the ability to control what we do and how we think, to a certain extent. So, really glad you guys are here. Just gecko, all the way down, switching your hips, all the way down. I do use my elbows on this, guys. Using my elbow to lift my body up. I put it on the mat a little bit and help push. Although I think it is cheating. You can use just your core muscles to sit up. It's better. Just keep going, guys. Really appreciate you. Making it so I don't have to do this alone. Awesome. Where are you going? Okay. All right, guys. One more. And then we're going to put all these together. Okay, so we're not done. We're going to do one more that we're going to do for a minute. And then we're going to put all these together. Okay, guys? So stepping forward, slap, back to my knee, back to my S position for warrior walk. And then let's just do a simple whip to get our feet out of the way. So I'm going to step forward, slap my foot, and then come back down. Back to my S position and whip across. Go ahead and work on that. I gotta tie my pants. Warrior walk, whip, back leg steps forward. And step all the way up, slap your opposite foot. Step back down to your knee, back to S. Forward, slap, knee, S. Whip. And I'll try to stay in picture. Slap. Keep it up, guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. All right, I'm getting tired. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Should be breathing, focusing on your breathing. All right, guys, let's spend a couple minutes putting these all together now. Okay, so what I like to do is one kick the door on both sides, one whip on both sides. Oh, I forgot one. And so we're gonna add in a new one too. We're gonna kick around the world, and then we're gonna go to our sit through. Okay, back to here, back over, and now we're gonna gecko to our warrior walk. Okay, then you kick the door, whip, whip, and then I go around the world, reach over my front knee, and my back leg connects to my close elbow. You know, kick through, both hands on the mat, foot as high and as straight as you can. Back under, back over, and then around the world. Do it on the other side. Okay, and now we gecko and warrior walk. Okay, gecko to the other side. Warrior walk. Okay. And then, yeah, I did too many geckos, but then we start over. So let's do that a couple times. Oh, I think that's good. I think that's good, guys. So let's do some more. Let's do some more. Starting off with super easy stuff, guys. Okay, super easy. So we're gonna use up all the room that you have, though. Okay. Starting with our 3 levels of shrimps. Right. Starting off with just our butt scoots. I know it seems like Very small movement, but it's very helpful. I butt scoot all the time. Works great. Okay, so just like that. All right, if that's all your room, just turn back. Okay, so just spend a few moments. The highest level of our shrimp is a butt scoot. It's still pretty much a shrimp, but you guys are here. Okay. Going backwards. You can block your head as you scoot away. Okay. And then let's try the same thing, but forward as well. Okay. Blocking your head, but you can go forward. Okay, and make sure you guys are doing both sides. Right, maybe not the best move for a street of self-defense, you know, but we're playing jiu-jitsu here. It's a sport, so we get to mess around. Butt scoots are fun. Okay, now the next level, a little bit lower, just our elbow shrimps, right? You guys are always here. We always do this, whether you know it or not. Right, so let's take some time, shrimp forward, shrimp backwards on your elbow, guys. Both sides. Use both hands, that's okay. Both elbows. That one's a little bit harder. Using your elbows, guys. Now let's go back to the regular shrimps. But I want you guys to mimic what we're just doing. All right, so just shoulder away and then shrimp again. Shoulder away, shrimp again. All right, and then you go to the other side. You guys can shrimp forward and using your shoulder and your hips. Okay? Staying on your side, shrimping off your shoulder. Okay? Something we do all the time. You guys can do regular shrimps if you like those better. Okay? It's the same thing. There's 3 levels of shrimps. We don't talk about that much. Butt scoots, elbow shrimps, standing in face. All of that. Okay, guys. Now let's take a second to work on our side rolls. Okay, I really enjoy these. Gives me a good stretch. And you know, the more I can feel comfortable in uncomfortable positions is going to be better for me. Okay, if you got me in a really bad spot and you look down at me and I'm just like, whatever, then that's like mental, it's like mental, playing a mental game with them almost, like poker face almost. And so if you guys are comfortable, like upside down, then it's harder to beat you. And so let's just work on falling to our sides, falling to our side. You can just go back and forth. Okay. Some details for you guys. When I fall, I'm letting gravity pull me down, but then I'm bridging off of my bottom foot. Right? This foot's very important. The side you're falling to, I'm bridging, but I'm pushing my hips over my head with that leg. Right? And then I kind of loop my head out. Right? Keeping my head as close to my knees as I can. That fall over. Coming to here. Okay, guys. Back and forth. Okay, now let's work on some back rolls. So I'm going to put on my hand, I'm going to look over my shoulder, and I'm going to drop my knees right where I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm going to look over my shoulder, and I'm going to try to get my knees right where I'm looking at. Okay, so it's a back roll. I'm not hitting my head. Make sure you guys don't hit your head when you're doing this. Looking over my shoulder, dropping my knees into there. Looking over my shoulder. Throwing my knees over my arm. kind of watching where my knees are gonna land. Okay. And if you're hitting your head, you gotta slowly tweak what you're doing. And so you guys can do this without hitting your head on the ground. I need you to be able to fall over, backwards without giving yourself a concussion. And so back rolls are more practical than just, for jiu-jitsu. I don't, we back roll on jiu-jitsu, so it's okay. Okay. And so one more, couple more. All right, guys are feeling loose, so let's stretch. Let's just start back in our rest position. We're not gonna get a good clinical stretch here, but we'll get through a couple minutes. So the first one, just gonna be stepping forward. So we're gonna stretch forward. You should feel your groin, both sides really stretching. Some keys you guys can do if you want to make this a little more intense. I've been reaching under my leg, getting my shoulder under my knee, and then I'll come up onto my toes behind me there, and then I can really get my whole body into the stretch there. Make sure you guys are breathing throughout all this. All right, now let's stay on our knee here. We're gonna come back, our hips right under our shoulders. Okay, and then we're gonna push our same side elbow into the sky. Take deep breaths and pushing out our hips. Really trying to stretch the front of your hip there, your abductor, your hip flexor, I'm not sure. Okay, now let's stretch this leg's hamstring. So we're gonna keep our foot where it is. You guys can extend here, but I really like to keep my foot flat and then just push my hips back. Okay, I get a little more out of that than extending. Okay, now we're gonna back step. But before we whip, we're gonna stretch this side too, okay? And so, keeping my knee in front of my chest, I'm gonna push my chest down to the mat and then itch my toe back behind me, okay? And now, from here, I'm crawling my hand out in front, really pulling my shoulder forward. Now I'm gonna take deep breaths, trying to inch my left shoulder as close as I can to the mat. Breathing deeply, trying to turn my hips flat to the mat so I can really stretch my IT band close to my hips. You'll feel that pulling. I really like this stretch, guys. Okay, now let's whip out of the way and go back to our legs. We're gonna step forward and stretch forward. Okay, let's stretch middle. Are you listening?
I have a video.
What's the professor here?
Professor Mackey's on there.
Ooh. All right, guys, and then let's stretch back. Okay, getting our right leg or whatever side hamstring. All right, guys, let's back step over. Okay, but now we're back in that S position. And we're going to stretch our other lat and shoulder and our IT band on this side. Okay, and so again, my S position, but my knee, it's not like my shin's out in front, right? I pull that so my knee is in pointing in front. Okay, and now I want the middle of my sternum to lay flat against my knee. Okay, now I'm going to try to turn my hips flat to the mat. You guys should really feel that stretch your butt, like the IT band on your butt there. Okay, so I'm pushing my chest down, turning my hips down. And now one thing I like to do here is walk my foot behind me. Okay, and that's kind of like my starting position as I inch my arm forward. And then I'm taking deep breaths as I slowly push my shoulder to the mat. All right, guys, then I want you to take 40 seconds or so to stretch anything else that you need for a minute here. Any other stretches you like. I'm going to demonstrate a stretch that I haven't been able to teach yet. And so I'm just going to show it. See if you guys can pick up on it or not. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. So let's get into this. We're gonna do our repeating drills for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to keep moving on. We're gonna do some solo stuff, then we're gonna use our grappling dummy. I can show you guys a couple times on Tesla, and then we'll get into it. And then remember, at 6:15, I'm gonna teach just like a regular class. Okay, so. But that does require a partner. All this stuff, we don't need a partner. Just another dummy, or you don't even get imagination. Really, a good imagination will be just as fine. And so, okay, first one we're gonna do. It's easy. We do this all the time, guys. Right? It's just lifting our hips up as high as we can, getting our triangles. But I want you guys like imagining you're pulling them in to your triangle, right? Picking my hips up and I'm like pulling them down. Whatever you gotta think about. Pulling that arm in. Okay. Okay. So let's just spend 30 seconds right now working on using our imaginations and pulling them into that triangle. Okay, so a little more active than what we do for warm-ups, guys. All right. Pulling them into there. All right, nice job, guys. So, next one. Yeah, I want you guys getting good at replacing guard from your turtle position. So this is a fun little drill. It's something, you know, you need to practice. And maybe you guys don't do it very much. and that's okay. And so something I do a lot is I like to sit out from turtle into my guard. Okay, so imagine like somebody's north, south, or maybe they're riding my hip. Okay, and so from there, I'm able to sit away and get back to my guard. So there's a few ways to do it. You stick out your leg, fall back to your hip. Okay, and so with that, you're imagining they're going to be on your side. Okay, and I stick out my leg behind them, and then I fall to my hip so that my feet are now in front of them. Okay, if you want to imagine he's from north south, then I'm going to push myself as flat as I can, like backwards over my feet until I can get my feet in front. Okay, so you can either go right and sit out, you can go left and sit out, or you can kind of think of it like you're trying to melt back over your feet until you can get your guard back. Okay, guys? So let's just spend 30 seconds kind of going all the ways that we can there. Okay? So on 1, 2, 3. Sit out some guard. All right, guys, nice job. Okay, so let's get back to our feet here. Next one's going to be a little bit of standing takedown defense. Okay, so we want to start in a good position where I'm not really like leaning over my feet. Right, I'm in a good athletic position here. But now I'm going to be blocking my front leg. Right, guy's probably going to attack the leg that's closest to him. And so for our down block, I'm putting my hand on the floor and putting my foot up into the air. Okay, and putting it back down. Okay, you guys can switch sides. And if you like the other side, put your hand down, kick your foot up, getting your down block. So you can stand and move around a little bit, down block. Switch sides, move around a little bit, down block. Okay, let's 30 seconds. Let's try that. On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, time. So let's do one more solo drill. Okay, it's gonna be the scope just standing up real quick. Okay, so we're gonna start on our back. I'm gonna rock forward to my shin and stand up, getting to a good wrestler stand. And come back down to my back, rock to the other side. Okay, coming up over my shin, getting to a good wrestling stand. Okay, on for 30 seconds, and then on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, time. You guys are awesome. What's that? Oh, snap. All right, so we're gonna run through that again real fast. Do all 4 of those, and then move on to a couple dummy drills. And I gotta start the other class. So real quick, 30 seconds of triangles, 10-second break. 30 seconds of turtle sit out, 10-second break. 30 seconds of down block, 10-second break, and then 30 seconds of standing up to our wrestling position from that sitting forward position. Okay, so on 3. 1, 2, 3. You guys are pulling them into that triangle. All right, guys, 10-second break. Get in turtle position. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Just sitting out to your guard. All right, time. 10-second break. Back to our feet. On 3. Down block. Okay. Putting your hand on the mat, kicking your foot back. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Using your imagination, guys. See him take that shot. See yourself blocking. Hey, he's coming in. I blocked. He's coming in. I blocked. He's coming in. I blocked. Right? He's coming in. Down block. Down block. Trying to come in. Down block. Come on. Down block. Nice job, guys. All right, time. All right, so 10 seconds, then we're gonna stand up. Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, time. You guys are awesome. All right. Yeah. We're gonna spend a lot of time doing that. And so I really appreciate you guys. Let's get one grappling dummy drill in before we go. Okay, let's just work on our circle pass, because this gives us an opportunity to really use our shoulders, guys. Okay, in class when we have another human that we're working with, right? When I circle pass, I'm always afraid about hurting people. But in here with our pillows, right? I get to really drill, dropping my weight onto them. Okay? So I'm gonna have one hand on the pillow, one hand on the mat. Imagining it's their knee. We're gonna circle towards our pillow and then not worrying about where our hands are. Okay, I'm thinking about pushing down on his knee, but I'm gonna totally fall over this arm, right? Falling over, dropping all my weight on him. Right now I can think about picking up his hips or something, stepping over his legs as I get to mount. But you guys don't always need your hands out in front of you. You might think you want your hands up here or something, but it's okay to kind of leave them behind on this one, putting all your weight on them. Then you can work on getting your arms out and under after. So let's spend 1 minute going back and forth. And then I'll open up the audio and you guys can ask me some questions. And then we'll get that other class started. Okay? And so from here, one hand on the pillow. You're imagining that's their hip. You guys can go belt if you want. Okay? And then the other hand low by where their knees would be. You can put it right on the mat. Okay, maybe you want to turn your hand in a little bit. Okay, now I turn, drop down. Okay, that's it. So 1 minute of that. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Really dropping your weight on them, guys. Get used to that. Do it when we all get back to the gym. We see you guys landing on people. I'm putting all my weight on. All right, time. You guys are awesome. And so you want to hit that audio? See what's going on with you guys.
Everyone is alive.
Sweet. You guys did awesome. You have fun?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Oh, you guys got any questions for me? Anything you guys want to see in the next class if you take it? Any questions about what you want to see or any other solo drills we want to go over? I'm going to show you guys. I got a huge list of stuff to show. And so if we don't get anything, yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Professor, would you please show that bridge into shoulder rollout progression again?
Yes, sir, of course. And so, right, stop here now, bridging, and then stepping over and coming to our knees. See how when I bridge, I'm kind of reaching over my body. I put my hand on the mat, and then I step over to go to my knees. I'm here. And so if I'm with a partner here, if I have Tessa, can I use Tessa real quick? Thank you, Tessa. Sorry. So if I'm here and she's in side control, right, I could do a huge bridge, kind of pushing into her and then backing out to my knees. Like you expose your back a little bit, but you gotta take risks sometimes. Okay, I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Really good to see you guys. You know, this is getting better and better, bigger and bigger classes. And so you guys are awesome. If you have a partner, you're more than welcome to join us at the next class. I think I'm just going to show some guard stuff, some shoulder bite stuff that I like to do, a couple of attacks. Okay, and then we'll go from there. So again, I got to start that other class, but I really appreciate you guys. You guys can, if you don't have a partner, you're more than welcome to watch. that I'd have to end this video and then you guys have to start the next one. So a little bit of inconvenience there, but we're getting it all figured out. And, sorry, I'm not really in view there. And you guys are doing really good. And so thanks for showing again. Again, that stuff's not easy and you guys did it. And so I really appreciate it. And again, I'm hoping to see you again either at 5:30 on Wednesday, either the next class here in 1 minute, or the 6:15 class on Wednesday as well. Okay, guys? So I really appreciate you guys. Again, thank you very much. You guys are all very positive, good people for doing this. So congratulations.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Yep.